Hello, everyone. I welcome you for joining us for this loving kindness meditation this evening. And I hope that these weekly loving kindness meditation sessions held on every Wednesday will bring you changes into your life. It brings you more happiness, more peace, relaxation, and comfort. Now, this week I will be covering some materials from Ajahn Brahm's book, Opening Up to Kindfulness, which contains many practical advice on how we can apply metta in daily life. And that is why I'm drawing materials from there, because I think it becomes a complement to the meditation that we are doing right now on every Wednesday night. Ajahn says that one of the greatest problems of human suffering is anxiety or even panic attacks about the future. We worry about what is going to happen next. Now, when we learned metta meditation, we have loving kindness to our future by saying, the door of my heart is open to the future, no matter what it brings. I open the doors of my heart to the future. Whatever comes, the door of my heart is always open. So when we adopt this approach, we become more relaxed and more confident to whatever happens to us. And we are always able to deal with a situation in a positive way. This is like looking at the past and saying, whatever happens, I can always learn from that, and I can always grow from that. In the same manner, we can look at the future and say, whatever happens to me in the future, I can always make something out of that. So when we begin to adopt this mental approach, that is a positive approach, the positive attitude towards the future, our mind becomes more inspired and more empowered. Ajahn Brahm is a monk from Britain, and he was first assigned to Perth in Australia in order to build up the Buddhist community in Perth. The abbot at that time of the monastery was Ajahn Jagaro. So being second in line, every week when Ajahn Jagaro make all the speeches, Ajahn sat very quietly just listening to the talks. And so much so that people think that Ajahn Brahm is probably not be able to speak anything. So one day, Ajahn Jagaro left monastic life for the lay life, and Ajahn Brahm has to take over. And when he finished his first talk, devotees were surprised to learn that actually he has a speaking voice and he can give talks after all. As the abbot of this monastery, Ajahn taught himself, he has some worries about becoming the abbot of a monastery when it was first given to him. He thought, oh my goodness, what is going to happen to me as a leader, as a teacher? And I'm holding this responsibility of inspiring other people. Then he said to himself, it can only work out in two ways. Number one, I can either become a great teacher and help other people with leadership and encouragement, which will of course be a wonderful thing. Or I could be a complete failure as a teacher, unable to teach at all. And every time I open my mouth, people will fall asleep or they will walk out of the room. Is that going to be terrible? Ajahn says no, because then people will leave him alone and he can become a hermit, which he always wanted to be. So whatever happened, that's fine. This is a win-win situation. So this is meant by looking at the future in a positive way, and that is having metta towards the future. Ajahn Brahm was also recounting his experience of falling sick as a monk in northeast Thailand 30 years ago. So when he was practicing in Thailand, that was in the northeastern part of Thailand, you could actually say, unlike Bangkok, it happens to be the more less developed part of Thailand. And at that time, he had a fever that lasted from 3 to 4 weeks. And the problem is that the local doctors could not figure out what was wrong with Ajahn. So Twice a day, they will inject antibiotics in him, but using recycled needles. Now, they don't have disposable needles at that time. So they recycle the needles. First, the new needles are used in Bangkok. And after being used in Bangkok, then they send out the used needles to the provinces. And in the provinces, the needles were used first in the main wards, and then later on were reused for the monks, because somehow people think that forest monks are supposed to be the tough guys. So it was even tougher because there was a nurse who came to administer the jab, and she's practically stabbing her patients with the blunt needles. So not only was Ajahn suffering from fever, he had also sore buttocks that was injected twice a day. So as a Western monk, a long way from home, he felt lonely, depressed, and so awful. So one day, his teacher, Ajahn Chah, walked to see him. Well, he was really honored for a great monk to come and visit him. And he considered himself to be a little monk. So nice, isn't it, to have the great teacher, Ajahn Chah, walking to see him. So straight away, he was so uplifted and so honored. But the inspiration lasted only a few seconds. Because when Ajahn Chah started speaking, he says, Brahmavamso, either you get better or you will die. And then he left. Well, it's hard to argue against that. It is true. Whatever Ajahn Chah was saying was true. It didn't matter what happened because the fever is not going to last forever. So either Ajahn Brahm gets better or he will die. Now, fortunately for him and for us, Ajahn Brahm indeed got better after that. Ajahn Brahm flies a lot on his teaching missions. And one of the countries where people are really eager to listen to him is Indonesia. Indonesia has a very active group of Buddhists who likes to listen to Ajahn Brahm. I was told that at one time when he was giving a talk in Indonesia, and after giving a long talk, he just wanted to use the bathroom, so he was moving to the toilet. But it actually took him about 1 hour to reach the toilet, because every step he took, somebody would say, "Oh, Ajahn Brahm, can I take a picture from you? Can you sign this book for me?" And it took him 1 hour to reach the bathroom. It's incredible. So at that time, as you could remember, in Indonesia, they have bombing done by terrorists. There was hotels were being bombed. Bali was being bombed. So the Australian government has put up a travel advisory to Australians that if they travel to Indonesia, they must be aware of the threat of terrorist activities. So some of his disciples in Perth asked him, Ajahn Brahm, what happens if you get kidnapped? He replied, well, if that's the case, it's wonderful. I can have a rest for a change. I don't have to speak. But somebody else says, Ajahn Brahm, what if there is a terrorist on your plane? Ajahn Brahm says, why are people so afraid of getting blown up in mid-air? Now, he can think of at least 3 advantages of dying at 30,000 feet high up in the sky. Advantage number 1, you get a free cremation on the spot. And it is done so efficiently that it leaves no remains. And the thing is, you don't have to pay money for your remains to be stored at some temple, which costs quite a bit of money. Yeah? And your remains are going to be scattered, spread all around the world. Isn't that nice? So that's the first advantage of being blown up in the sky, 30,000 feet in the air. Advantage number 2, usually in funerals, you have to pay a lot of money. But if you die in an airplane explosion, the aircraft or the airline pays your family death insurance. And so your family does really well out of you. Advantage number 3, and the best advantage of dying at 30,000 feet up in the sky, is you're already halfway to heaven. And that's really good for those in a hurry to go to heaven. So why are we afraid of the future? It is because we have fear. So we look at the future negatively. If you remember your first example of your first experience of riding a bicycle, you were so afraid of falling off the bicycle that you gripped the handbars so tightly that the knuckles went white and the body was rigid. And because of your rigidity, you keep on falling off the bicycle. Later on, after you get more confidence, you begin to relax. And that is when you can ride a bicycle without falling. So your balance on the bicycle improves greatly when you're no longer fearful. And that is the same with life. So whenever we are afraid, whenever we tense up, and what we fear most usually happens, we make it happen. So instead of being afraid, we should use metta towards the future. By having metta, it means whatever happens, we use metta to deal with the situation. If things goes well, we can enjoy our happiness. If things goes wrong, we still use metta, and we use a positive attitude to handle the situation. So when you relax like that, you are likely to be more successful. You're going to be happier and healthier. And that is how we develop loving kindness towards the future. Whatever is going to happen, you say, the door of my heart is always open. In fact, this is the title of one of Ajahn Brahm's book. So when you say this, the door of my heart is always open, it means that you're prepared to take charges, you can make decisions, and you're not going to worry about what's going to happen next. So don't worry too much. Have metta and peace in your heart. All right, I will just turn off the video just for a moment. All right, so that is some brief words on how we should use metta for the future. So we're going to proceed with our metta meditation. If you have not done metta before, let me say that the very first thing that you need to do is to sit in a comfortable posture. You can either sit on the floor, cross-legged, or you can sit on the chair. But remember to keep your back straight and keep both your feet on the floor. It is okay to rest your body against the back of a chair, but just ensure that your body is straight and your head is nicely balanced above your shoulders. Now, when we do metta, the first thing that we do is just watch the breathing, because there is a close correspondence with the state of our mind in our breathing. So when we begin to breathe deeply and calmly, the mind will begin to come down. So that is what we're going to do. And then we move on to the practice of the inner smile, where we will smile to different parts of the body. And after that, we return to the breath again, watching the breath, refining our mindfulness. And then we proceed on by making wishes of loving kindness. Okay, so I'm just going to ring the bell and we get started with our meditation, metta meditation. So close your eyes and just be aware of your breath. Just be aware of your breathing in and breathing out. Take a few deep breaths. And you'll notice that as your breath becomes longer and deeper, your mind begins to get calmer. You can experience your mind settling down just by observing your breath. Now we will send uh, loving kindness to our body. And this is what we call the practice of the inner smile. This is a traditional meditation practice to enhance health and well-being. And you know, when you smile, a smile is connected with peace, with happiness, with friendliness and relaxation. So we put a smile at different parts of our body. First, just be aware of the crown of the head, just at the top of your head. Can you put your attention there? Do you feel some sensations at the top of your head? And let the smiling energy accumulate at your crown. Is your crown smiling now? Now just be aware of your forehead. You can feel your forehead. Now bring a smile to your forehead. And now just be aware of the spot between your eyebrows. Put a smile at this spot. And be aware of your eyes. Bring smiles to your eyes. And be aware of your face. Bring a smile to your face. And smile for your neck. And at the base of your neck is where your thyroid glands are positioned. So smile for your thyroid gland. Now in your chest, between the lungs and just behind the breastbone, is your thymus gland. Thymus gland makes white blood cells and is part of your immune system. So put a smile at your thymus gland. Now be aware of your heart. You let the smiling energy flow down into your heart. Let your heart open up and relax, letting go of the tensions that are stored in your heart. Now radiate the love from your heart to your lungs. Feel your lungs breathe in easily. A smile for your lungs. And gratitude to your heart and lungs for keeping you alive from day to day, from moment to moment. And now just be aware of your solar plexus. Solar plexus is just below your breastbone. There are bundles of nerves at your solar plexus. And when you experience some negative emotions like fear, anger, jealousy, frustration, This is the part of uh, that will tighten up. So your solar plexus will tighten up. And if it tightens up all the time, it's not really good for you, because there are organs that are connected with the solar plexus. So when the solar plexus is negative and tense, your other organs will be negatively impacted. So put a smile at your solar plexus so that your solar plexus is filled with positive energy. No fear, no frustration, no anger. Now just be aware of the right side of your body, just below your rib cage. This is your liver, which helps to clear your body of toxic substances. So soften your liver with a smile, with a wish that may the liver be healthy and strong. Now moving to the back, you would have your kidneys on both sides of the spinal cord, and it is around your waist. The kidneys help to filter the blood and remove waste from your blood. So give a smile to your kidneys, blessing the kidneys with love and kindness. And moving to the left side of your body will be your spleen. Your spleen fights germs in the blood and controls the level of blood cells. So smile at your spleen, left side of your body. Just below your spleen is your pancreas. Pancreas also lies against your stomach. With the enzymes that the pancreas secretes, it helps to digest your food. And using the sugar from your food and turning that into energy. Thank you, pancreas, for your work to keep me well. May you function smoothly. Now smile at your stomach and intestines. This is the digestive system. For your intestines, you have the small intestines, and then moving on to the large intestines. Sending your smiling energy to the urinary tract, to the bladder, and also for the males, you put your smiling energy to your prostate gland, and for the females, the ovaries and uterus. So we have covered our body with smiles and with gratefulness as well, for our organs to function well and to keep us healthy. Now let us bring our mind back to the breath again. We will help to refine the mind by watching the breath. So when you watch your breath, don't over concentrate. It is like you're sitting on a beach watching the waves come and go. So you have a sense of openness, of relaxation, of watching the breath. Very often the breath is watched at the tip of your nostril, but it doesn't always have to be there. You can also experience your breath in your mouth, against your neck, sometimes your chest or even abdomen, sometimes the entire body. Yeah? So regardless of where you are conscious of your breath, we just watch the breath, and this time using a very simple method of counting. So as you breathe in and out, you count 1, in and out, you count 2, and you count up to number 10. And upon reaching number 10, you come back to number 1 again. And anytime your mind has strayed away, the moment you become aware of that, you just drop whatever thought your mind is involved in and bring the mind back to the breath, and you just continue. And no need to make any scene. It's normal for the mind to stray away. So when you know it straight away, being aware that you have strayed away is mindfulness. Bringing the mind back to the breath itself requires effort, and also you need to have that kind of clear awareness where your mind is at any moment. Okay, so we just watch the breath and counting up to 10, and then returning back to number 1 and continue. Now let us watch the breath in another manner. As you breathe in, you relax yourself, and as you breathe out, you smile in your heart and relax. Breathing in, you calm yourself. Breathing out, you smile in your heart and relax. At any stage if your mind has slipped off and gone somewhere, just bring back your mind. If it is like falling asleep, you try to energize the mind and just continue with your counting. Now we shall proceed in the making wishes of loving kindness, first to ourselves, so that we can be a source of love and kindness. And with that love and kindness in our own hearts, we radiate these thoughts to other living beings. So we make use of 4 wishes. But if you're just starting out in this metta meditation, 4 wishes might be too many wishes. And I do not want you to spend your metta meditation just thinking, oh, what was that wish? How does it sound like? Because you cannot remember the wish. Then in which case, you just take one wish. For those who are not yet able to make these 4 wishes, you just can stick to one. For instance, the wish would be, may I be well and happy, or may my heart be peaceful, May my heart be peaceful. May I be well and happy. And that's good enough. I think the most important thing is not really the words that you're saying, but after saying the words, bring up the feeling of love and kindness that is connected with the words that you have just said. So when you say, may my heart be peaceful and free, you just stop for a moment and listen to the words from inside, making the wish of having a peaceful and a happy heart. So when you say, may my mind be happy, just stop for a while and reflect on the happiness of a mind that is contented and complete. No more running after something, no more a sense of deprivation. Okay, so the words are in order to bring up the feeling of loving kindness. They are not a substitute for loving kindness. So we make 4 wishes. First wish is, may my heart be peaceful and free. Second wish is about the mind. May my mind be happy. Third wish is about a healthy body, making a wish for a healthy body. And the fourth wish is to be well and happy. So we'll keep the words simple. If there are too many wishes, then and you find that you cannot keep up, then just reduce 1 wish. That is also good enough. So say this words gently, at your own pace, and almost like whispering inside, listening from inside, feeling the meaning from inside, sensing, affirming. And you do this first because before you can actually send out loving thoughts to others, we must first of all change ourselves into a vessel of love, a vessel of kindness, where loving thoughts can flow out. So we are sending loving kindness not only to other living beings, but we ourselves must be included as part of the metta practice. If you find your mind wandering or getting sluggish, just take note of what is going on in your mind. Maybe your meditation is losing energy, or maybe the mind is getting restless. So just take note of what is in the mind. And if it is like sleepy, then try to inject a little bit more energy in your practice. If your mind strays, then just bring it back to the wishes again. All right? So that is how we practice this loving kindness. Even if the mind has strayed away, no problem. Say to yourself, no problem. No need to be upset, no need to be self-critical. It is the nature of mind to stray. Until after a while, when you start cultivating your mind, the mind itself becomes very well disciplined, and so you have much less of this problem. All right, so if you're ready right now, we will radiate loving kindness first to ourselves. And let us now make a wish. May my heart be peaceful and free. Listen to these words from inside and generate this feeling of kindness, of love, of friendliness, of gratitude. May my heart be peaceful and free. And put a smile in your heart as you say these words. Now to the mind, may my mind be happy. May my mind be happy. May my body be healthy. making a wish for a healthy body. May my body be healthy. May I be well and happy. May my heart be peaceful and free. May my mind be happy. May my body be healthy. May I be well and happy. Now, let we send loving kindness to our benefactors. And here, in the first group of people, we can include our parents. We have gained so much from them, from their love and kindness. And the grandparents, our teachers. So think of their qualities and how much we have benefited because of their love and kindness to us. We are sending loving kindness to your mother. Just imagine that your mother is seated in front of you and she's in a good frame of mind. So you could say to her, Mother, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. Or you can think of your mother with gratitude and say, Mother, wherever you are right now, may you be well and happy. In the same manner, we send loving kindness to our father, to our grandparents, and to our teachers. Now we would send loving kindness to our immediate family members. Could be your spouse, your children, your grandchildren. You could always recall their faces in your mind as you make the wishes of love and kindness. You could say, may you be well and happy, or you could make use of the four wishes. May your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. If you don't have any immediate family members of your own, then you can always send loving kindness to your siblings, your brothers and sisters, and to your nephews and nieces. Now we send loving kindness to all beings around the world. Just imagine that the beings around the world are gathered in 6 directions, and the beings have all assumed a human form. So we send loving kindness to the beings, and they in turn rejoice at the loving kindness that we are sending to them. So it's all the beings in the forward direction. May your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. Now, beings in the rightward direction, all beings in the rightward direction, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. Beings in the backward direction, send your loving kindness to them. Beings in the leftward direction, beings in the downward direction, and beings in the upward direction. Let us rejoice in the metta that they have performed. As we breathe in, we say mat, and as we breathe out, we say ta. So breathe in, mat, breathe out, ta. But just do that just for a little while. Now praying for the blessings of the Triple Gem. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba bodhana bhavena sadasati bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanu bhavena sadasati bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sangha anubhavena sadasati bhavantu te. Now let us share merits. Let us focus within and observe the peace and quietness inside. Get in touch with the calmness of the mind. And then send up your wholesome thoughts, sharing your merits with the devas and guardian deities and protectors. May they rejoice as these merits and continue to guide and protect ourselves and our loved ones. Etavatacha Ammehi Sampadam Oya Sampadam Sabedeva Sabesata Sabebhuta Anumodantu Sabba Sampati Siddhya. Now we transfer merits to our departed ones, departed relatives and friends, wherever they are. If they are in a position to benefit from these merits, we'd like to share these merits to them. Edang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Edang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Edang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Let us make some aspirations. By the grace of the merits that we have accumulated, may we never follow the way of foolish people. May we be blessed with wise friends and skillful teachers. May we always remain on the path of Dhamma wherever we are, and may we one day achieve the highest bliss of Nibbana. Emena onya kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana patiya. Let us make a closing invocation. O Buddha, my spiritual master and refuge, thank you for the blessings, guidance and protection. The Dhamma, holy saints and spiritual teachers, Bodhisattvas, Dhamma protectors and devas, thank you for the blessings, guidance and protection. May the Buddha be at my head, the Dhamma in my heart, and the Sangha by my side to guide and protect me always. Let's say sadhu, 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 sadhu. Well, this evening my voice is not in such good working order. I had a issue with my throat and it's coming back.